That is too long a fade on that track. Hey, everybody, it's the top of the hour, which around here doesn't quite mean what you feel like it should. It's just for me to remind you that, hey, get something cool to drink, get something tasty to eat, get yourself all comfy. And why not share out the link with your friends and family not already in the stream, because Middle Class Film Class will begin in about 2.5 minutes.
You should have somehow realized what you got to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. About you now. And we
Welcome to the virtual Stab Comedy Theater. It's time for Middle Class Film Class. So please welcome to your screen, Middle Class Film Class. That was a full-on intro.
Thank you, Jesse. Hello and welcome to another episode of Middle Class Film Class Live, streaming on Stab Comedy. I'm your host, Joseph.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Peter. And this week, the Wheel of Destiny landed on a fan pick. Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Welcome to the stadium. Get ready for the ultimate showdown. Versus Mewtwo.
So creative.
Bring all your skill. Bring all your courage. The Pokemon match of all time is here.
What does that even mean?
Whoa.
Training is over.
Training is over.
Kids WB presents Pokemon, the first movie. Catch it.
Pikachu.
Damn.
That was a
Pikachu.
powerful trailer.
What does that even mean? The Pokemon match of all time.
I don't know.
I think they missed a
It's
word
where,
in there.
well, it's where the Pokemon die in this
Well,
match.
They're
That's why.
supposed to say something like the greatest or the most emotional Pokemon match of all time.
Yeah.
No, it's the
The
ultimate.
Pokemon match of all time.
To end all Pokemon matches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like the message in the movie, but
The risk of death.
also not really. So this was a fan pick from a listener and friend of the show, Milk.
Hey Milk, how are you doing?
Uh,
I see Milk in the chat, by the way.
Yes, hello,
Ah.
Milk. From Nymphomercial. We did a guest spot on their show a while ago. Reviewed a lovely short film of some sorts. You might call it a feature, might call it a short.
You see Wang in it,
See some animated Wayne.
Which means it's
Full penetration.
which means it's hentai,
yes, technically.
technically.
Yeah. So does that mean? Oh, I guess we'll don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get into that later.
But yeah, Pokemon the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back, movie that I haven't seen since I saw it in theaters when it was released.
Is it Pokemon the first
first
movie
movie.
Mewtwo Strikes Back?
I don't
Uh,
think Mewtwo Strikes Back is.
It's not on the
part of it.
poster,
Oh, it's
Yeah.
not.
but I have seen it.
It's on the title card.
Yeah,
though.
it's
Yeah,
looking-
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's like Back to the Future style. It's like in the same layout.
It-
But yeah,
I don't like movies with two colons in the title.
I,
Just like two movies that have "of the" twice in it, like Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
yes,
Not a fan. I do like that movie though.
yes. But yeah,
pretty good.
Pokemon the first movie, I think it's the first full feature 2D animated movie we're reviewing on the show. We did Kung Fu
Yes.
Panda
But that was
2. No, which one?
Three.
3.
Kung Fu Panda
Yeah.
3.
That's a 3D animated movie.
Oh, according to IMDb, it's Pokemon the first movie Mewtwo Strikes Back.
hyphen.
Strikes Back, yeah.
They're like, that looks weird. 2 colons?
Yeah, I know. It's an abomination to God.
Yeah.
Two colons.
So, episode 100, by the way, our centennial, right?
That's right.
Centennial.
Centennial.
Been doing this for a whole
Yeah.
century.
Yeah.
100
100 years. 100 weeks.
Yep. But yeah, that's exciting that Pokemon is the 100th episode.
Yeah, it's a live stream from Stab, which we're grateful to be with.
Mhm.
Thank you, Jesse,
Of
for
course.
giving us the opportunity to stream. It's always a fun time. It's a fan pick. We got said fan who's going to remote into the show a little bit later and be
Mhm.
a little. We're going to do a little fun activity with Milk later on the show, and our first 2D animated movie.
Yes.
A bunch of firsts.
Yeah.
I
Our
also,
second live stream.
I also lost my virginity today.
Wow.
Whoa.
My
Well
first
done.
ever. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
we will get into all that. But first, well, not
Wrong
that one.
time. I'm on the wrong bank.
Find some charity, you lad. Now's the time for gab and chatter.
Movie news. Gabbing and chattering. Tyler,
Yes.
do you have anything to gab or chatter?
Oh, I do. First off, I do want to apologize to our listeners and our classmates. I promised a couple of bits this episode, but due to personal problems, that will not be happening this episode. So I want to give you a preview of what's going to happen, though.
Oh.
So the new conspiracy bit will be about Space Jam: New Legacy, which I think I mentioned.
Yeah,
But
Tyler's got a lot of thoughts about LeBron James.
by God, I love LeBron James. But I do. That's true. He's an incredible athlete. Yeah. So the new conspiracy segment will be about Space Jam. I got to figure out some technical things that are going on in my own household. And then the second new bit is listener Brendan. He misses the hot takes. So I'm coming up with a new segment where I list like my top 5 hot takes with a song.
With a song.
Yes.
Top 5 hot takes. Mark Wahlberg was a rat all along.
No shit. Are you serious? That's absolutely correct, Tyler. Yeah. And also, actually, I was thinking about this too. So we're called middle class film class.
That's right.
Yes.
We're somewhere in the middle there.
And assumingly we are in a classroom Is that right? Like if
Isn't life just one big classroom?
well, I suppose so. So like
You
I
ain't
imagine
learning, you're dying. Right?
So-
That's what he says.
That's right, something like that. Yeah. You're not first, you're dying.
I assume that like we're just three chums in the back of the classroom talking noise about movies in a film class, and I was thinking Pete and Joseph, they would be like the students like who are doing well in the class, like are doing their homework on time, and like I would just be like that like a stoner kid who would like not turn in anything, and I'm just like kind of there.
Yeah, you passed with a C-, but
Yeah.
but you made grade.
You know what we would
Yeah.
say about Tyler?
He's like the ultimate bad boy. Ooh, look at that Tyler
Yeah.
walking in 20 minutes late, 5 minutes before we go live.
Hey man.
Falling asleep in the last third of the class.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. I
Oh,
don't-
speaking of which, we did the three of us for the first time since the pandemic started. We went and saw a movie in theaters
Yes.
together last night. We saw The Green Knight, David Lowery's The Green Knight.
It was, and I kind of regret seeing it late at night, but
I was gonna say, this is one movie that I probably can't fault you 100% for falling asleep at, because we watched it at 10 p.m. after all three of us had a full days of work.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Hot Sacramento weather beats the energy out of you, and then we go at 10 o'clock at night after Tyler's had 2 to 3 gin and tonics. And,
Yeah, that's right.
and falls asleep on my shoulder. But we will release a field trip episode for the Green Knight later today.
yes, we
Mhm.
will. Okay, so anyways, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here, but I do have some movie news though.
Okay.
So first off, Scarlett Johansson is filing a lawsuit against Disney for the release of Black Widow on Disney Plus, which people would think, oh, why would that even be a case? Well, she's not seeing any money from the streaming revenue. She's only seeing box office revenue. And what's crazy about the story is that she predicted something like this would happen in 2019. Like before the pandemic happened, like she already like brought up concerns like with her lawyers and stuff like, hey, I think Disney is gonna, screw me and make more money off of my likeness.
Well, the interesting part about that, and then it's a lot of people can just say, "Oh, boohoo, another millionaire doesn't get their money," right? But what about the up and coming actors or actresses that are getting screwed out of money?
Exactly.
And-
It's about setting a precedent.
yeah, and you hear about Hollywood basically underreporting earnings so they don't have to pay their talent
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
of percentages and stuff. Oh yeah, we spent $300 million in advertising, so technically the movie was a loss for us. It's like,
Yes.
yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But
They call it Hollywood accounting.
yes, and the really funny thing about that is Disney uses the money that they made, $30 a pop off of Disney Plus subscriptions,
Yes.
on top of the Disney Plus subscriptions,
Right.
accounting in their numbers when they report their total box office earnings, but they don't pay the talent off of that.
Yeah.
That's
It's not
that
fair.
seems like a cut and dry lawsuit to me.
Yeah, it's not fair, but Disney is a
That's what we call it Disney math.
Disney math. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So I hope for the best for Scarlett Johansson, and what I got from this news was really that she's not looking for the money. I mean, she's already loaded. Like she has loads and loads of cash. It's more so about setting like a precedent for the future.
For Florence Pugh.
Yes, that's right.
Plus, there are contractual agreements, and then basically breaching the contract. I mean, that is definitely a principle thing.
It is, and Disney's one of the most sue-happy companies out there.
Really sue Etsy shops for including names Loki, Thor,
Yeah.
Odin.
They have nothing to do with the movie.
yeah,
They just happen to
or
be.
just using
Nor-
the characters is Greek mythology. They're like,
It's definitely not like Chris Hemsworth, but it's Thor.
yeah.
But they're like, oh fuck you.
Next
Yeah.
thing they're gonna sue like God of War. They're gonna sue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they sue like small town dentist's office that paint things like Frozen on characters on the front of the
Yeah.
pediatrics dentist. come in here because we have Finding Nemo, and
We
Can
have
you
these-
imagine being like the receptionist, like in like some podunk town in a dentist office, getting served like
I have six lawyers come in $10,000 suits, and
We
they're
have
like,
the Disney Gestapo walking through walking through Denios.
Oh my
Just taking down these poor families' shops.
that's the Disney way.
all right, what else you got, Tyler?
Sharon Stone is the latest actor to insist on a vaccinated set, which is insane to me because I was under the assumption that all of Hollywood sets were requiring to be vaccinated. Like I don't.
think so. I think it's vaccinated or masked.
Yeah, that's insane to me. Like I can't believe that Sharon Stone has to risk her neck and her career
Mhm.
to demand a vaccinated set. Like that's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane to me. So Hollywood, get your shit together. Like
Do you know
Come
that the OSHA? This is for
California.
people that are not in California. OSHA is like our occupation. I don't know if that's just a California thing, but
There's Cal OSHA. Maybe
that's what I'm thinking of. Cal OSHA, Occupational Safety Health Administration, or something like that. And Cal OSHA says that in California, if all the employees of a specific workplace are vaccinated, then no one has to wear masks. That went away just this week.
Yeah.
But when they took the mandates away, and basically the rule is if you are vaccinated, you don't have to, but if you're not, you have to wear a mask at work when you're around other employees. And it's like it's so crazy.
Well, now they're mandating it again.
Yeah,
Like they're
now it's-
starting to.
Yeah, I had to wear my mask on Friday. And
Yeah.
we went back into effect, and I've been
Yeah.
vaccinated for months now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well,
I just think that like
it's for the greater good.
I just
The greater good.
yes it is for the greater good. Please get vaccinated. Anyone who is in the sound of my
Spay and
voice.
neuter your pets.
Yes, that too. We got too many pets on the planet Earth. Too
Get
many
vaccinated.
beasts.
Yeah, spay and neuter your pets, and while you're at it, spay and neuter yourself.
Yeah, you know what? I actually need to make an appointment to neuter myself.
You can reverse it.
Hey, in Elk Grove, or in I think it's in Elk Grove or South Sacramento, $300
Whoa.
outpatient procedure. Guy, all he does is vasectomies. Seriously.
Come on down.
Yeah, come on down. Crazy Ivan's discount vasectomies.
Oh, vasectomies.
I'm
No,
into my eyes, Andy.
I'm talking about neutering myself.
Neuter, you're gonna get
Like literally like castrated.
clipped off.
Yep. Don't need them anymore.
All right.
Too inconvenient.
Right.
Last news story is A League of Their Own, which is a movie that we reviewed on this show, is getting its own TV series on Amazon.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and
Produced by Gina Davis.
well, I don't know about that, but I always am not a fan of remakes or rehashes of old IPs, but this
Okay, don't
one
say. Yeah, I think this one's got legs.
it does, and the
Am
surprising
I right? Wowza!
in the
Look at
surpri-
those gams.
the surprising part of this story though is Rosie O'Donnell is coming back, but she's coming back in a new role.
Tom Hanks's character. Jimmy, what's his name? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't
I
remember.
can't remember. Oh man. Oh, that's great. No, she's coming back as a bartender in a gay bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we
And
go.
I think that's perfect for her role. She would be the perfect
Gay bartender.
eccentric bartender. So I would love to see Rosie O'Donnell be a bartender. So I will be checking out this show.
Beautiful.
Release date, not sure. They didn't say, but
Not sure.
not sure.
Your release date is not sure.
Yeah. But it is coming out though, and I can't wait for it. Pete,
Cool.
what do you got?
A couple things real quick in the chat. Milk says that the OSHA is over the whole U.S. I'm thinking of Cal OSHA.
Mhm.
And then digital, I don't know what this is. Digital Quinley. Unions aren't always supporting vaccinations, which is a great point because in Hollywood it's all unionized. It's like
Yeah.
SAG and
Yeah,
Screen Actors Guild and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Same thing.
it's insane.
Okay,
It's
I'm
insane.
going to forego my Gab this week or Chatter, possibly both. I only had one because we're going to be talking to Milk later, and I want to make time for that, so I'm gonna forego that. And I do have I'm gonna save my Quest for 500 update for next week because I've been watching a lot of movies. I'm on track, but I'll go through it later. I do have one tiny retraction, which just ate me up inside when I said it on episode 99. I talked about watching The Killing. I said it was Martin Scorsese's early movie. It was Stanley Kubrick's early movie.
Oh,
The Killing.
The Killing. Yeah, it's like 1956. And you said he's at least 50 years old, or Joseph
I
said
said
that. Yeah. But yeah,
you're telling
you
me.
said and I can't believe it didn't knock the dust off of my brain, because you're like, he's still alive or something like that. But anyways, yeah, that was Kubrick, not Scorsese. I don't know why in my head I always get them two mixed up. Maybe just because they're two of the greats. I don't know. But,
Who would win in a fight, Scorsese or Kubrick? I think
Now?
Kubrick.
I don't know how tall Kubrick is though.
now or in their prime?
I mean,
'Cause-
maybe in the 90s.
Well, they're like 40 years age of difference.
I think Kubrick would take a swing at Scorsese, and actually, I think Kubrick would take a swing at Scorsese regardless. Like he'd like look at him and he'd just be like, "Nope."
I think Scorsese would probably try to go for like a punch in the jaw to
Wimp.
Kubrick, and Kubrick would just say, "That's real cute eyebrows," and give him a body shot, and Scorsese to go down.
Then pry his eyes open.
Yeah, pry his eyes open and make him watch Barry Lyndon on repeat.
Just make him watch Red Asphalt over and over again.
So go ahead, Joseph. What do you got? We'll revisit later.
I only have two just quick news stories. In relation to Green Knight, Dev Patel has not gone back to making franchise films since Last Airbender, and because he says I didn't flourish in that position.
What does that mean? He didn't flourish.
Yeah, it's basically just saying like Last Airbender was probably like a mistake for him to be in it.
I would say that.
And he hasn't gone back to making like being a part of a franchise movie.
He's going the Pattinson route.
Yes.
No more Twilight. I want to do indie one and dones.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So after Twilight, I mean,
I don't know anything he's been in.
he's
that's been
Slumdog
like-
Millionaire. He's in Lion. He is in.
Oh, that's right. He is in Slumdog Millionaire.
He's the main character.
Who? Robert Pattinson?
No, Dev Patel.
Robert Pattinson, the main protagonist.
Yeah, the Batman.
in this.
He plays young Dev Patel.
Yeah. So that's interesting. Just in current events.
I like Dev.
Yeah.
He's been good in everything. He was great in Chappie.
Oh yeah, he was in Chappie. And then in interesting news, Tom Hanks is joining forces with Wes Anderson
Wow, that's
for
surprising.
the first time.
Is that sarcasm, or are you like
Wow.
genuinely surprised by that? Because like
come
I'm not surprised. Like it was only a matter of time.
I mean,
It was
I'm
only a
surprised
matter of time.
I'm surprised he hasn't worked with him already.
I can't even see him being in that realm at all.
Tom Hanks is like the
No.
magnum opus of Wes Anderson. Like it was like the final actor.
I feel like that was
It'd be weird to see him act in a Wes Anderson movie because
Yeah.
he's so like a lot of his movies like are kind of like more wholesome
and
roles.
and he's charismatic. He brings a lot of charm to his characters, and most Wes Anderson characters are just like monotone.
Mm-hmm.
They're very
you could be like a
like a
Danny
drawing almost.
Glover character from Roll Tenenbaums.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now Danny Glover, that was the royal magnum opus of Wes Anderson.
I will agree with that. That was a surprising actor to be in.
Yeah,
a Wes
but it'll
Anderson
be
movie.
after the French Dispatch, obviously. So the movie that he's already sealed the deal with Bill Murray and Tilda Swinton. Now Tom Hanks joins the cast of
Oh, that's going to be a fantastic
whatever
movie.
this movie is.
Did I ever tell you about this time that my mom saw Danny Glover in a Safeway in Vacaville?
No. Wait,
Yeah.
what was Danny Glover doing in Safeway in Vacaville, California?
Shopping, probably.
He lives in Vacaville.
No, he was probably passing through.
Okay.
But it pretty much that's the whole story. My mom saw Danny Glover.
Oh, she just.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
Danny Glover.
Yeah. Hey, it's Danny Glover. He looked at her and said, "I'm getting too old for this shit, Riggs." And that's how she knew.
Or he, you know, what would have been funny. It's like, she's like, "Oh, hey, are you Danny Glover?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm getting too old for this shit."
my story similar to that. As I saw Terry Crews in California Adventure
Oh, cool.
in line for Soaring over California.
Wow.
Is he as buff in person as he is on film?
He was
Buffered.
pretty big. I mean, it was winter, so he was all like coated up, and he was wearing like a beanie, and he was with his family, so it was kind of obscured his muscles,
Mhm.
not bulging out as they are usually.
Bulging.
Hey there, white chocolate. But yeah, that's my my celebrity sighting story.
Wow.
Cool.
But that's pretty much all I have in terms of news.
I wish I had a celebrity sighting. I've never met anyone famous.
Oh, Joseph's seen MC Ride.
Oh, I've seen MC Ride many
Many
times.
times.
I haven't seen him in a while, but hopefully that means
Actually, you know what? I shouldn't say that.
He flew-
Local
he flew-
celebrity Adam Murphy.
That's
I-
true.
I see him all the time.
We cited him a couple weeks ago at the Red Museum.
That's
Yes.
right. He hung out and talked to me.
Yeah, I cleaned up a dead rat outside of it.
Oh yeah. I was like, "Where's everybody?"
It was
Oh,
great.
we're cleaning up a dead rat.
Oh yeah, I was scraping up a dead rat in the side lot over here.
But yeah, news stories done. On to Dream Picks.
Movies.
Currently streaming live on the internet.
Dreaming in?
I want my fix back.
Stream it into it.
All right, I don't know who has the fucking pick.
Dreaming.
That story is streaming elsewhere.
You found the pit.
I love that.
Thank
Stream
you,
picks.
thank you, Bruce.
Love
Yes.
Bruce Perky.
Yes. Stream Picks, the segment where we watch movies during the week and recommend them, maybe.
Yeah, ideally free movies that you can stream on a service that if you subscribe to that service, the big ones.
Yeah, not the Peacock.
Nothing
or,
from Paramount Plus.
Yeah,
For God's sake.
Cinemax Go. Or whatever.
Peacock.
Yeah.
Tyler, what do you have to stream pick for us?
I'm a little bit embarrassed to even mention this, but I suppose it's a guilty pleasure of mine.
You said you don't believe in guilty pleasures.
Yeah, you did. You said that famously.
You're right. You're right. I did. You know what? I take it back. It's not a guilty pleasure.
I'm proud. It's a proud pleasure.
I don't give a damn about what anyone thinks about me for watching this movie and enjoying it. The Da Vinci Code, 2006, starring the aforementioned Tom Hanks. Streaming on Hulu right now. I'm sure everyone knows what the Da Vinci Code is about, and essentially it's about a murder that happens in a museum, and there's cryptic codes that eventually lead to like an insane revelation. I think it's entertaining. I think it was fun. I did not watch the sequel, which was
Angels and Demons.
Angels and Demons. That's right. I was about to.
Was
say
that more apocalyptic?
I don't know.
Isn't that side project with Travis Barker or with like Blink-182?
No, that's you're thinking of Angels and Airwaves with Tom DeLonge.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh God, that guy's a nut. But the Da Vinci Code is a good. It's a good action. Not even action. Like it's how can I describe it?
Is it like it's like a mystery thriller?
Yeah, exactly. It's a mystery thriller based off of the book by Dan Howard, I believe.
Dan Morgan.
Dan Brown.
Oh, Dan Brown. Yes, that's right.
How do I know this? I've never read a book. I've never seen the movie.
I've never read a book. It's
also starring Paul Bettany.
I mean, I'm also a fan of like conspiracy theories that aren't anti-Semitic. So this one is like chock full of like
pro-Semitic conspiracies.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
pro-Semitic. I want a good pro-Semitic conspiracy.
Yeah, you know what? I actually would like that, but no, it's just like biblical.
If you want to hear my
if you
want to hear my pro-Semitic conspiracies, you got to subscribe to our Patreon. Middle Class Film Class After Dark.
Oh man, that's a good idea. We should really should do an.
I have a
After
problem
Dark.
with the Da Vinci Code, Tyler.
Okay,
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen it, but you have. Okay.
Out of respect for the albino community, I haven't seen it. I'm tired of albinos being portrayed as the bad guys.
Yeah, that was a little
yeah.
strange. That was a little
the
strange.
ghosts in Matrix Reloaded.
Oh yeah, the twin ghosts.
The twin ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made their choice.
I know. But it's like a little person being cast in Hollywood. It's like there's only so many roles. Besides Peter Dinklage, what other actors can you name that are of diminutive stature?
Dude,
minus
oh my God.
and not Kevin Hart.
You're speaking my language.
I
though,
don't know the actor's name, but Mickey from Seinfeld.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's a good one. And he doesn't play to type. I mean, he does play the bad elf in Bad Santa.
Yes.
No, I know that's the
I can't remember.
the other guy.
Yeah.
What is his name too?
I can't remember, but yeah,
And we're perpetuating the stereotype here.
Here
But-
we go.
But what I'm saying is like just because you're albino, it doesn't mean you have to be the weird one, like in Me, Myself, and Irene, and like this, and the Da Vinci Code. It's like you can just be like a guy, a friend, you know.
Oh, the weird one. Yeah. I mean, he's not a bad guy, but he is the weird helper in Logan. He plays.
Stephen Merchant.
Oh, that's right.
And he's not even. Oh my gosh, look at that ableism. Stephen Merchant playing an albino when an actual albino could be playing that part. Paul Dano also in Dread.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he's albino really in that movie, but he looks like it.
You do make a great point. Is like I feel like Peter Dinklage is like the excuse that hey, we're doing our work, we're doing fine. Like look, we have Peter Dinklage. Like
Peter Dinklage, he's here.
All right. But yeah, I watched the Da Vinci Code.
Where's it streaming?
Hulu, and it's a little bit of a long watch.
Is that a Ron Howard movie or Roland Emmerich or one of the two?
I'm not sure. I didn't look up the director. I just kind of
Chad, if you know, please tell us.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do have
interested.
chatters. We do have chatters.
Yeah, people are talking. They're
gabbing and chatting on their own.
Yeah, talking about. Listener Ryan says National Treasure is the superior solve the clues and find the treasure movie. By the way, I think it's probably more of a popcorn movie from what I've seen than Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Code is more, like you said, mystery thriller. National Treasure is more action packed and Nicolas Cage packed.
So that's a good point.
Anyways, that's all I got. Except I encourage everyone, everyone watch Golden Girls, Reba, and
Reba.
Yes, I've been watching a lot of Reba.
I love this bit.
I've been watching a lot of Reba, and also Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah.
There you go. Switching it up. I like it.
Yeah.
I do love Always Sunny.
Yeah,
it's like a meme machine.
It is.
Okay, so this week I've watched quite a few movies. Since the last time we talked to everybody. I'm going to talk about a couple. Number one, in preparation for The Green Knight, I watched David Lowery's Pete's Dragon, written and directed
on Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus, you got it.
And he's making another Disney movie,
Peter Pan and Wendy.
Yes,
starring Jude Law as Captain
He
Hook.
can make his next weird movie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Jude Law's going to be Captain Hook. He's
not
going to be Peter Pan.
We talked about it on the show.
Oh, I don't recall.
I know. That was, to be fair, it was about a year ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, no, Peter Pan's actually going to be played by an unknown on IMDb. The kid's photo there is no photo. So, but anyways, this is not about Peter Pan and Wendy. It's about Pete's Dragon.
Okay.
So Pete's Dragon is shocking in a lot of ways. The opening scene, I'm like, holy fuck! They're going to start the movie like that. Okay, I mean, it is a Disney movie. I'm not going to spoil any of it because I will say this is worth the watch. I don't care if you have kids or not. Anyone who's ever had a pet, dog or cat, specifically dog, but cats too.
Mm-hmm.
You know how when How to Train Your Dragon came out and everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's so much like a cat. Toothless is so much like a black cat. And the animators used a black cat as a reference point for
so
the
many
animation.
people were naming their cats Toothless.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Elliot the dragon in this is a dog. I saw so much of Nova, my Great Dane, in that character that it's when the protagonist or the antagonist gets their dirty, filthy mitts on Elliot, which you know is going to happen at some point. You're just like, leave him fucking alone. That's my fucking dog, you asshole. You know. You can't put my dog on a semi truck and sell him or whatever. You know,
like in Avatar, but I can't remember his name.
Oh, Appa.
Appa, yeah.
Oh my gosh, when Appa gets stolen,
yeah,
motherfucker. Everyone's like, "Oh shit, Aang's about to go off."
Yeah.
But no, it is very good. Like, at first, like I didn't connect really well with the animation of the dragon. I was like, okay, it's a little cheesy. But once you accept it and kind of like settle into the movie, you kind of lose a lot of like the disbelief that you had in it. So, but this is I want to read off some of the cast on this because I didn't know this cast was so thick. Bryce Dallas Howard.
It was thick.
Robert Redford. Yeah. Carl Urban.
Oh.
What? Carl Urban?
Carl Urban.
So is it live action mixed with?
It's live action and the dragon is CGI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is funny because the original was from 85, I think. 85 or 82 or something like that. And it was no, I think it was actually earlier than that. I think it was like 76. But it was live action with a cartoon drawing over top of it.
Okay.
And I don't remember. I never saw the original, but Brianna was talking to me about it. And then also Isaiah Whitlock Jr. is in this. He's the guy from The Wire. He goes, shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
He plays the sheriff. Shit. Isaiah Whitlock Jr. Chat. So
what a great headshot.
I know. So the movie's fantastic. I didn't cry at the end, but I felt like crying at the end. And
A little choked up.
It's a sweet. Little sweet
it is. I mean, it's exactly what you're expecting out of a Disney movie. But there's a lot more to it. You know, it's a little bit Jungle Book, a little bit The Iron Giant, you know, for obvious reasons, this small child and the dragon and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really, really good. And the ending was, I didn't know how they were going to end it. And you're just kind of like, oh, he's going to fly off and he's going to start a family or whatever. And the way it ends is a great button on the end of it. And I won't spoil what happens because it's not like the big to-do, but you see it's revealed and you're like, oh, yeah, it's awesome. They could have showed, and it's a very good David Lowery thing where like at the end of a ghost story, there's this weird time travel element and he goes through the generations, then kind of doubles back on itself. And you're like, whoa, where was that for the whole movie?
Yeah.
And they just kind of throws it in the very end of the third act. And you're like, this could have been its own movie sort of thing. And there is a reveal that happens near the end that you're like, this could have been, I mean, maybe they're setting it up for another one, but it's like, this could have been half of the movie because of this, but they don't. They just give you whoop, right at the end and you're like, sweet. So Pete's Dragon streaming on Disney Plus from 2016. Very much worth the watch. Much better than I thought it was going to be. I saw a very quick one I'll mention. Small movie. It's called The Sword of Trust from 2019, streaming on Netflix. This is starring Mark Maron, and that's the reason why I watched it, because I love Mark Maron. He's got a great personality, and I talked about how they neutered Jack Black in A Shark's Tale.
Yes.
Like his range.
Yeah, they basically made him be this specific character instead of let Jack Black be Jack Black.
Yeah.
They let Mark Maron be himself in this, and
Awesome.
And it's so good. I love Mark Maron. He's so funny. He's so self-deprecating.
I know, and he has such a. It's interesting, like the influence that he has on the industry too, because like I encourage everyone to listen to his podcast WTF, and I listened to an interview with Matt Damon. Like, who interviews Matt Damon on their podcast? That's insane.
Well, he interviewed Barack Obama when he was a sitting president.
Yeah,
in his podcast, and his podcast is, he calls it the Cat Ranch, because he lives in this like kind of 1-bedroom house or 2-bedroom house in Silver Lake, outside LA, and he's got a ton of cats. He's kind of a cat guy, and he's like a fully realized man version of Tyler with more confidence and
more success.
Yeah, more confidence,
money.
more mustache, and more Judaism.
Yeah. I wish I was Jewish.
I love Mark Maron. But anyway, so Sword of Trust. Basically, I'll give you a quick.
Don't record that, Joseph.
There's there's like weeaboos, right? People who love Japanese culture.
He's a Jewaboo. I might fall in that camp too. Jesus. So, anyways, Sword of Trust. A couple of girls, women, they get a hand-me-down sword from one of them, their great-great-grandfather, and it supposedly proves that the South won the Civil War. Very strange.
Okay,
that's the
American Civil War.
Wait,
the American Civil War. This sword and the documents that go along with it supposedly prove that the South won the Civil War.
Okay,
and they bring it into Mark Maron's character's pawn shop. And then that's the inciting incident, and they go on an adventure from there.
Oh,
so
that sounds great.
It is very funny.
That sounds great.
It's on Netflix. It's called The Sword of Trust. So small movie. The beginning is very good. The ending is very good. The middle lulls a little bit, but it's still worth a watch.
I think I've seen the like poster for it.
I never even heard of it. I was just scrolling through trying to find an hour and a half to kill and add a movie to my list.
Yeah.
But the real big one I wanted to say is 1975, Stanley Kubrick's costume drama period piece masterpiece, Barry Lyndon, 1975. streaming on HBO Max, and
nice.
this is a movie that I've been wanting to watch for quite a long time. I know a lot of people reference it. I see it on like the best set pieces movie lists. You know, Cinefix is a great movie list YouTube page, and a lot of people talk about it, reference it as like this masterful set design, and it is. It's exactly what you think it is. So a period piece or a costume drama would be like Sense and Sensibility or Pride and Prejudice or one of those. Or
Amadeus.
Yeah, Amadeus would be like exactly, like a more exaggerated version of that. Germany, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So this is English. It's set in England, and it follows Redmond Barry, who from obscurity to he's just a young man who wants to be famous, rich and famous, and live a life of luxury. And it's how his story gets from that to living that life of luxury. And he goes from Redmond Barry to Barry Lyndon, Lord Barry Lyndon. And I watched it just for the respect of Kubrick and because I've heard so many good things, and I wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. And when you think of like a normal costume drama or a period piece, you think like they might have one mansion that they kind of are set in, and then like a shack.
Yeah,
you know, there's the family that has less and the family that has more. It's kind of a common theme. And in that mansion, you might have like the receiving room, like the entryway, the kitchen, which is kind of the lowly thing, whatever. They're like lounge room, and then maybe like a bedroom or two.
Yeah,
those are the set pieces. And then the rest of it is everybody walking in the garden outside, so they don't have to have this extravagant set piece behind them, right?
Yeah.
In Barry Lyndon, there's like 50 of those set pieces. It is unfucking believable how much the production had to have been for this. It's 3 hours long, 3 hours and 10 minutes, I think.
3 hours?
And it's like when you're trying to make like a CGI movie or like even Pokemon the movie, you know, if you cut the runtime down, it cuts dramatically down on the animation and the CGI budget and stuff.
Right.
Kubrick's like, fuck that. Let's make it 3 hours. Let's put one shot of, there's a one shot where they're walking down a line and he's talking to all these people.
Yeah.
And it's in this long ass room that you can't fake. It's a real room they built or it's out there.
They found it,
decorated it. And it's like, it's perfect. It's a paint. Every establishing shot is like a painting, like a Baroque era, should be in a museum fucking painting, like no joke. And when they're walking down the line, he's like talking to this guy and says something, and then goes down the line, talks to this guy and says something. And there's probably 35, 40 men in full period attire, and they're all like royalties. So essentially, they're not like peasants. So they're not like just in a sack dress. They're like at the cotton wig and the huge ruffles and all their makeup's all done. And it's like, that's one shot. All those guys, it probably took 2 days to set all of them up, just get them dressed, you know?
Yeah.
Or a production team of like 100 people dressing these people just for one shot that lasts about 45 seconds.
Do you know the budget on this movie?
I didn't even look. It's
it
unbelievable.
Has to be huge.
Unbelievable.
It has to be huge.
Waste of money.
How dare you, Tyler? I find that borderline offensive. So anyways,
there's a response from me for that's
everything.
Been recorded for everything. Yeah.
That's right. So I just, you have to watch the movie. You have to watch Barry Lyndon to appreciate the expanse of it. And what I've heard, the rumor.
Give this money movie.
So I've heard the rumor is that Stanley Kubrick, once he left the like industry Hollywood studio films and he started making like independent stuff like The Shining and 2001 Full Metal Jacket. He wanted to make the best version of every genre movie. 2001 is like the best sci-fi movie in his opinion. Full Metal Jacket
in Kubrick's opinion.
He set out to make the best version of that. Now you can argue sci-fi this and that whatever, but at the time 2001 was amazingly groundbreaking.
It was.
Full Metal Jacket was one of a kind war movie, right?
Sure.
The Shining, in his opinion or his vision, the best horror movie, and Barry Lyndon was his take at the greatest period piece. And I have to say, I've never seen a better one. It's so damn good, and I enjoyed the story along with it too.
Is it boring?
It is at times boring, but his rise and fall, mostly rise and a little fall, is really, really good. And there's the absurdity of the luxury is so It's so funny. So, anyways, watch Barry Lyndon when you have 3 hours to kill, or break it up into two parts because there is an intermission in the middle. Thank you, Kubrick.
It's cool. Just watch it.
There you go. So I'll stop gabbing and release my time to Joseph.
Okay, I have a couple streaming picks. I finished Loki this week. Actually, like the first thing I finished. And obviously streaming on Disney Plus. And it's pretty good. Like it's really good. It's only 6 episodes. Each episode is like no more than an hour long. It's like ranges like 40 to 55 minutes. And I think if you are a fan of Doctor Who, then you would like this. If you have not seen Doctor Who, you should watch Doctor Who after watching this, because it's basically like a Doctor Who episode, like almost like the whole story.
I've never seen any Doctor Who.
It's basically like there's like the time traveling aspect of it. There's like going to different dimensions, timelines. It's really interesting, and I can't really say too much about the story.
Does it connect to the MCU?
Yes.
Like, do you see like other like Marvel characters in this, or is it just Loki? I mean, you don't have to say anything if it'll spoil it. But...
In the sort of, you kind of do. Oh, not to like a I don't know, huge degree of seeing them, but they are in there, and
that's cool.
It is mentioned. But Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston do have a great like.
Wait, Owen Wilson is in this?
Yes.
Whoa.
And there's they have a great relationship. Like it's almost like a buddy, not a buddy cop movie, but it is interesting, and it's pretty humorous. And at the end, the last episode is really interesting in how it ties into future things that are going to be released.
Okay.
And yeah, it is, and it definitely has some heavy Doctor Who vibes.
That's interesting. I didn't know. All I know about it is there's a crocodile that's got Loki horns on it. I've seen that picture a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of memes coming out of this, and out of context, it really doesn't make any sense. But
that made perfect sense.
Within the show, it's
I know exactly what they're going for.
It's really well done. So yeah, that's Loki streaming Disney Plus. High recommend. And my second recommendation is a movie streaming on Netflix. A movie that I think is deserving of a Criterion or more recognition. A timeless comedy classic known as Nacho Libre.
Oh yes, my favorite G-rated movie.
Agree. Totally agree.
It is like, it is just like the funniest.
It's all wholesome.
One of the funniest movies, funniest, wholesome, and like it just has a really just nice wrap up. Like just all around is it's nice and tight too. Like not even longer than an hour and a half.
Yeah, I think it's like 120 and like an hour 20.
Don't you know I've had diarrhea since Easter's?
It's just like this is Jared Hess after Napoleon Dynamite. Jared Hess at his peak.
Yes,
I think so.
And yeah, it's just really good, and filmed on location in a Mexican village, only using Mexican actors minus Jack Black, obviously. But it is I didn't catch it the other times I've watched it, but I did it explained why he looks the way he does. But he does talk with a Mexican accent because he was raised in Mexico.
Yeah.
His mother was a Scandinavian Catholic. His father was a Mexican.
That's right.
And it's God. His appearance is explained, but his accent is explained in the fact that he was raised in Mexico.
Well, you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit because they're all speaking English.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean,
not everybody though. Ramses doesn't.
Yeah.
Sing a song for Ramses.
I love that scene.
Yeah. I am a singing party.
I agree. It definitely needs more recognition. You know what? I feel like people our age recognize it as a great movie, and then people who are our parents' age.
My dad loves this movie.
He quotes
it quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's easy to do. It's so funny.
Well,
this egg give me no nutrients. It give me no eagle powers.
Yeah. Really good. Streaming on Netflix. Just if you don't have anything to watch that. It's just
wholeheartedly concur.
It's just so easy to just put it on. But yeah, so that's all I have. Loki and Nacho Libre.
I'm gonna start doing that
And-
now. This is easy.
Before we move on from that, in the chat, Kevman, which is my buddy Kevin, we've read mail from him on the show before.
Oh,
He says Terminator 2 on Netflix right now.
Oh, yeah.
And he says he also loved the first season of Loki.
Yes.
Yes. Boom, boom, boom. So what are we? What's
Yes.
next?
So we've talked about news and stream picks, and now I think it's a special guest time, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to make sure that I didn't message Milk in time.
Milk, are you watching?
Milk, we're ready for you. All right, so go ahead and get him into the chat, and I'll start talking him up a little bit. So our on this show, for the people who don't listen to the podcast regularly, just wait till we get him in here. We have the spinning wheel of destiny right here. This is how we choose our movies every week, and since there's 3 of us and there's 8 slots on the wheel, we each have 2 slots, and then we have fan picks. We've also started adopting more fan picks for our slots because we have dozens of fan picks and we just need to get to them. So Milk was on an early episode for Man of Steel.
Oh, that's
He was on for
It was Man of Steel.
Yeah, he was on for the entire review segment with us.
Yes.
And
After we talked about Kite.
yes, we went on Nymphomercial. Milk's podcast is with Aurora. It's called Nymphomercial. It's a hentai review podcast. And we went out of our element and watched a kite and talked about cartoon dicks. It was great.
Oh, I love that movie. I love that movie.
So fun. And we are basically we had Milk add a fan pick to the wheel.
Yes.
And we had it was a Pokemon, the first movie.
Yeah, Pokemon : the first movie
hyphen Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yes.
And last week we landed on fan pick Pokemon, and now we have Milk on the podcast. Milk, are you there? Are you with us?
I'm here.
Hello.
Milk.
Yes.
Hey,
Hello, Milk.
Old pal, Milk.
thanks for having me again.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. Milk, tell us about your association with Stab, because you're a Stab regular staffer, maybe even. I don't know if you could officially say that. What's your relationship with Stab?
I'm like an underling. I work on Stab. I mod a bit. I help out with the Discord. I just do whatever Jesse tells me to.
He's a BTL.
Yeah. He's a gumper.
Yeah.
we love it. And then tell us a little bit about Nymphomercial. I hyped you up a little bit, but give us the rundown on Nymphomercial.
Yeah, Nymphomercial is a podcast that reviews hentai both enthusiastically and regrettably. It's hosted by myself, Aurora, and Cake. New episodes every Friday, typically about an hour long. And we just go typically page by page through hentai manga. Sometimes we do animated stuff like when y'all came on. But yeah, we try to be like very sex positive and lighthearted and comedic, and yeah, it's a good time. I personally am asexual, so lots of sex things kind of like gross me out. But I try to come from a place of like understanding of like, oh, okay, I'm learning.
I really love that concept too, that you review hentai manga. And you are asexual yourself, so I love I love that like fish out of water. You're like, that seems like it could be interesting.
Yeah, the show has a very strange dynamic with like me being asexual, and then with one of the girls, Cake, she's a furry. She's also very educated about like Japanese culture and knows Japanese and brings a lot of that insight. And she does a lot of research. And then Aurora is just kind of like into a lot of stuff a lot of people might think is gross, and so she really helps bring some of the wild hentai to the surface for us.
I love it.
It sounds like
the
a
juiciest
very
podcast ever.
Yeah, that's right.
Sounds like a very interesting dynamic.
You got Milk, you got Cake,
Aurora,
and Aurora.
which just sounds delicious too.
I don't think there is I've never heard of a hentai podcast before. Like that, I think that it's very unique, and are
there other podcasts that you compete with, Milk?
There are some other ones. I wouldn't say really compete. There's only one other one that really does something similar to us. And now that we've gone mostly to manga, it's different because there's the Harem Bros. They mainly stick to animated stuff. I haven't got a chance to really listen to much, but people told me about them. And then Happy House of Hentai is a new friend of the show. We found out they just came out of like a years-long hiatus.
Yeah.
And then, there's a few others that have popped up and died when doing a new one I've been meaning to check out. So yeah, not any with as much of a library of episodes, because as of today, there are 83 episodes plus extra specials and little things.
Yeah, nice.
Leading the pack in hentai reviews. Love it.
So we're reviewing a Pokemon, which we'll get into a little bit later. I want to do this at the end and ask you why. Why? Just kidding. I actually liked the movie. It was fun. But we'll ask you at the end, right before we get into the show. But first, we wanted to play a little trivia game with you. Are you down for that, Milk?
Yeah. Should it be prefaced at all that I am not a big movie person?
Yes. I did a sound check with Milk last night to make sure our technicals were up and running and we're good for the stream. And I said, okay, let's do a test question. This is going to be 30 seconds on the clock. Name three Ryan Gosling movies. And I think Milk's answer was Gosling Returns, Gosling 2, The Gosling, or something like that. And so very little Hollywood movie knowledge, correct?
I'm bad at names. I have friends that work in Hollywood. It's still all over my head. So,
and that's totally fine. So I've tailor-made some questions for you, and we were going to potentially have Aurora on the show. There was a scheduling conflict; she couldn't be here, which is totally fine. So I asked Milk if he wanted to compete with one of us, and he said, "Absolutely, let's go against Tyler." So Tyler and I got
doing
some.
This again.
We're doing this again. It's happening, and I got some tailor-made questions for both of you.
Oh no!
They're going to be a little bit harder for Tyler.
Of course, they will be.
These are for you, not like the first round. The first round was a little unfair.
Okay.
Jet ski chase scenes is a hard one to name. So
Can I keep points here?
Sure. Yeah, let's keep some points. So I got an intro for us. Let's do this trivia thing. It's the Middle Class Film Class Movie Trivia Game. Sponsored by Cameo. Okay. So I'm going to read the rules here. Let me get to my notes. And I have all the questions down here. Okay, here's the rules. Each contestant has 30 seconds on the clock to answer simple movie trivia questions, like name 3 movies with a famous athlete in it. Each question has a different point value assigned. The player with the most points at the end of 5 rounds wins. Only one movie from a franchise can be used to answer questions to answers in a question. So you can't do
the Avenger 1,
the Avengers 2, Avengers.
I can't name all the Gosling movies.
Yeah, the Gosling 7,
Gosling 1, Gosford Park.
Yeah,
Gosling's Too Fast and Furious.
Yeah, 2 Gosling Furious. So I got tailor-made questions for each of you. Okay. And Milk, I'm going to ask you, do you want to go first? Do you want Tyler to go first?
Tyler can go first.
Okay, you got it.
Okay.
Tyler, we're going to start this round off easy.
All right.
Got my sound bites here. For 25 points, name 3 movies with robots.
iRobot, Matrix, and oh my God, why can't I do this? Robots, the movie, the Robots movie.
Yeah, perfect. 25 points. Good job, 25 points. See, I told you this was going to be easy. Milk.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have a vast movie history knowledge.
No.
But everybody knows holiday classics like A Christmas Story or The Santa Claus. For 3 points, name 3 movies that feature a holiday like Christmas, but also it can be smaller holidays like Independence Day, Groundhog's Day, or New Year's Eve.
Happy Death Day. It's a birthday. Guardians.
What's Guardians?
Bad Santa.
What's Guardians?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians, it's like all of the holidays, like Jack Frost, Santa Claus, right? It's an animated feature.
Perfect.
Oh, Guardians.
We'll accept it.
How many points?
That was 300 points.
300 points. All right.
We
All
will-
right, Tyler, you got to catch up.
We also would have accepted
Wow.
everything in the intro, which was
Yeah.
A Christmas Story, Santa Claus, Independence Day, Groundhog's Day, and New Year's Eve.
I knew Independence Day, but I felt like that was a little cheap to just copy it.
I'm giving you some layups here, so don't be afraid to take the bait.
I will when I need.
Okay, good. Tyler,
Yes.
you've been cited in the past as saying Scarlett Johansson is, quote, a perfect being
Okay.
for
Famously.
100 points. Name 3 Scarlett Johansson movies that are not a Marriage Story or a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie.
Okay. Her. Oh man. Her. What?
Her.
Has she-
We have her.
has been in it? Oh man.
10 seconds.
I
No,
give
you-
up.
Don't give up. Keep going.
I don't know. I can't say a Marriage Story.
No, you can't. Oh, I'm sorry. Your time is up.
Yeah.
The correct answer was Lost in Translation, Ghost World, Jojo Rabbit, Rough Night, Ghost in the Shell, Lucy, and Under the Skin.
That's right. That's right. She wasn't Lost in Translation.
That's right. All right. So no
I
points
can't-
awarded there,
can't
but you
believe
didn't lose any.
That's okay.
Okay, Milk. Let's see. There are characters in the zeitgeist, and even if you haven't seen the movie, you know the names of the characters. Hopefully. For 1,000 points, I'm going to name movies, characters, and I want you to name the movies that they come from. Okay, you got it? This is going to be a little bit of a different setup. Okay, Forrest Gump,
Forrest Gump.
Batman,
Batman.
and Nemo.
Finding Nemo.
You got it.
Oh my God.
1,000 points. Movie
Wow.
expert.
1,000 points.
Wow. A lot of work. to
That was
do.
tricky.
Yeah, you got to catch up, Tyler. All right, Tyler.
Okay.
You've also cited Adam Driver as being a perfect being
Yes, I did.
for
I stand
6,900
behind that.
for 6,900 points.
Oh.
Name 3 Adam Driver movies that are not Star Wars related or Marriage Story.
House of Gucci.
Okay.
All Out, even though it hasn't released.
Oh God. What else has he been in? Oh, there's one movie that I'm thinking of. Like I have it in my head right now.
Start naming them. You might get lucky.
No, I can't do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your time is up.
Damn.
The correct answer was Patterson, The Dead Don't Die, Annette, The Report, Midnight Special, Black Klansman, Logan Lucky.
Oh, Black Klansman. That's what it was. That's what I was thinking. God.
Logan Lucky, The Meyerowitz Stories, Silence, and While We're Young.
Oh, what a perfect
Milk, did you know all those?
Oh, of course.
Okay, perfect. All right, Milk. Let's see here.
for 2 million points.
Yeah. Live action movies are not your forte. So, for 10,000 points, this is going to be a tough one. Name 3 Studio Ghibli movies. Are you aware of Studio Ghibli?
Oh, yeah. Spirited Away, The Cat Returns, My Neighbor Totoro.
Keep going.
Ponyo. Technically counts, right?
Yeah, that's
And,
right.
a fifth one. How's Moving Castle? My favorite.
You got it.
Well done.
And for bonus points, who voices Hal in the American adaptation of Howl's Moving Castle?
John Howell.
Pretty close. Christian Bale.
Bale.
Batman himself. All right.
Why couldn't I have that question?
I'm giving layups to Milk.
Randomized.
I really just these are random, completely random.
Okay.
I actually wasn't sure how familiar you would be with the Studio Ghibli, just because they are full length movies and stuff. So I'm happy you got that.
I do like them. I unfortunately have watched a lot of the obscure ones. I'm lucky enough to know The Cat Returns to like make that full list of 5.
Yeah.
What was the one that you wrote? You saw Joseph with their flying around their ball sacks?
Oh, Pompoko.
Pompoko.
Yeah.
All right. Tyler, you ready?
Yes.
In space, no one can hear you scream is one of the most iconic movie taglines.
Sure.
I'm going to name 3 taglines.
Oh,
Okay.
I like this one.
And I want you to name the movie from these taglines. If you get stuck, you can pass and I'll come back to it.
Okay.
And here's a hint. We've featured all of these movies on this podcast as full episodes.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Nice Planet. We'll take it. You can pass.
Mars Attacks.
Got it.
Damn.
There will be greed. There will be vengeance.
There will be blood.
Got it.
All right.
They're back from the grave and ready to party.
Return of the Living Dead.
3 for 3.
How many points is that?
That was
5.
I didn't even say I didn't have one. Let's make it 100,000 points.
100,000.
100,000 points. That was a tough one.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Hell yeah. Good job, dude.
So Tyler has 100,025 points.
Are you shaking in your boots, Milk?
Yeah. It's the pressure is here.
Okay. All right, Milk. Back to your strong suit, animation. And specifically, Pokemon. For 50,000 points, I want you to name 3 Pokemon movies.
Pokemon the first movie. Pokemon Darkrai Rises, I think. Pokemon the Secret of Nim. Mewtwo's Revenge. Genesect is really hard.
That's it. That's one. One more.
Pokemon and Victini is really cool.
Oh, so close.
I know what they're all about. I just don't know the subtitles of any of them.
All subtitles. So it goes Pokemon the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon the movie, Secret of the Jungle. Came out this like 2020.
Yeah,
There's the Pokemon 2000.
There's Pokemon the movie 2000.
Yeah.
Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, which you got.
Yeah.
And Pokemon the movie I Choose You 2017.
Oh, there's so much more. There's tons more.
Yeah. So that's we're gonna. There's no points on that one. Pretty close. 2 out of 3.
I feel like a fake Pokemon nerd.
Okay. Let's see here. And this one we're doing something a little different for question 5. This is going to be
for both.
This is going to be for both of you guys
At the same time.
Not at the same time. One then the other.
Okay.
So let me get to that spot. This one's for all the marbles and for both of you. We're going to do question 5 as a shared question, Family Feud style. Milk, as the guest, you get to either answer first or second.
I'll go second. I'm gonna let Tyler go
That's
first
fine.
here.
Tyler goes first. All right.
Okay. I can copy some of his answers, right?
No. If you get an answer, you cannot name one of his answers. A great question. Great question. Okay. For 250,000 points, this is tailor-made, unfortunately, for Tyler, for Milk. Sorry, Milk. It's a random.
Yeah, totally random. I'm
For 250,000 points, name 5 movies featuring the recurring actors from Star Trek The Next Generation, the series.
Lord of the Rings? Oh, no. That's not.
Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. X-Men.
Okay.
Shit, I don't know.
Jonathan Frakes.
I don't know who. I don't know the names of
Believe
the
it
actors.
or not. LeVar Burton. Oh, I'm sorry. Your time is up.
Yeah.
Milk, you're going to have 30 seconds on the clock. Same question. X-Men is off the table.
What about X-Men related films?
No, we can name them if you want. I'll start over. You can name them if you want. Ready?
Yeah.
Go.
So if Logan doesn't count, Green Room. Franks was in The Astronaut.
Oh, Jonathan Frakes. Yep.
Yeah. LeVar Burton was Roots. Who's the last one? Their name. They were in Crash.
Marina Sirtis was in Crash.
That's it. Yeah. Is that 5?
That's 4, but give us one more since we kind of chatted for a second.
Oh, Devil's Gate.
Devil's Gate. Jonathan Frakes was in Devil's Gate.
Wow.
Could you name all Patrick Stewart movies if you wanted?
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
I believe he was also in Coda and not much else.
Patrick
I
Stewart?
thought you were asking if I could name all Patrick Stewart movies. You're like, of course.
Most of those actors, and it was a tough question, Tyler, so no shame there.
Eh.
Most of those actors were in primarily TV series after
Yeah.
Next Generation. So
That was 250,000 points.
250,000 points.
Yeah.
Which I believe makes Milk our winner.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I'm just so good at movies.
261,300 points. Milk is the winner.
Yes. Take a bow.
Oh, this makes my IMBD tattoo worth it.
If you had an IMDb tattoo, that would be one of the most ironic tattoos in history.
Oh, I love it.
I do have to mention, I don't think it's going to change the victory, but what I thought was Guardians is actually Rise of the Guardians.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Oh,
I think we'll still give you those points.
Yeah. I was thinking of the prequels that will come out in 4 years from now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ty Goats, the runner, and the guest. So thank you so much, Milk. That was a great time.
Oh, thank you.
So Tyler, how'd you feel about that performance?
I think I did better than last time I was on the show.
I think you did good.
And so
last time it was a little rigged. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, maybe so.
For the audience,
this time not at all.
Yeah,
but I mean, also too, like I famously have a memory of a goldfish, so I don't remember movie trivia as much as
you should
I would
start
like.
carrying around a scratch pad, just writing things down.
I should.
Everything you see.
I really should.
Write down the words you say and then read them when you get home in bed and see if you can.
Famously, I've been watching Golden Girls. That's not true.
I said that yesterday.
All right,
yeah.
so Milk, we're gonna wrap up with you, and I wanted to ask, actually, before we get into Pokemon. Well, actually, you know what? Why don't you give us your Pokemon story? Why Pokemon?
So Pokemon was like a huge part of my childhood. It was like one of the best ways to connect with other people my age. And like I actually had trouble making friends as a kid at times. And like, Pokemon was there for me, both as like a friend in the Pokemon themselves and making friends. But also, I was adopted, and Mewtwo in this movie has a line. He says, "I see now that the circumstances of one birth are irrelevant. It's what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are." And for like little baby Milk, this was a pretty big impression because this came out when I was 8. So
wow, you were just a little milk carton back then.
Yeah, just ready for a school lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
that's a great story. I had no idea, and I'm sure it. Have you watched it recently?
It's been a while. I was actually thinking of watching it today, though. After this, after I hear like your opinions and everything, and go back to it.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I that's great. I love that. Thank you for the recommendation. It's my first time watching it, so we'll get into it in a second. Do you have anything else you wanted to plug before we let you go?
Yeah, actually, it's super relevant, I feel. On Stab Comedy, on the Mondays, I'm not doing Sketchy Friends, so like first, third, possible fifth Mondays. I will be doing a new stream where me and 2 other people will be playing Nuzlocke versions of Pokemon games. We're going to start from Gen 1 going forward, and the Nuzlockes are also going to be soulbound. If you don't know what Nuzlocke is, it's just a hard version, so there'll be lots of tears, lots of loss of beloved Pokemon, but it'll be a good time. Stay tuned. That'll be somewhere in August.
Nice. So it's a new show on Stab that you're going to be doing?
Yeah.
Do you have a name yet?
Fresh Stab show.
Do you have a name yet?
No, not yet. That's actually going to be discussed in the meeting right after your show.
All right. That sounds good. I'm excited for that. And so find Milk and Aurora and Cake on the Nymphomercial podcast, wherever fine podcasts are found. tune into Sketchy Friends, which is Milk's streaming show here on Stab Comedy with my beloved Brianna, and where they draw fun things with each other, and it's always a good time. That's twice a month. What Saturdays are they?
Monday.
Oh, sorry, Monday. I'm
Second
sorry.
and
Or
fourth
Saturday.
Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Yes, it's a great time. They both are very talented artists, and good time. And then the so far unnamed project, Pokemon Nuzlocke, here on Stab. Whenever that comes, just follow Stab on Facebook, and you'll know. All right, Milk, we're gonna let you go.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
See you, Milk.
Later.
Bye-bye.
What a delight.
Truly.
What a delight. That was fun.
Truly.
So time for Pokemon?
Time for Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back.
It's first movie dash Mewtwo Strikes Back, which I don't recall him striking at all.
Oh, he
he
struck quite a bit.
He did strike.
He killed like 12 people at the beginning.
Well, I know. I just mean like in a previous movie. Like they said,
I see.
Yeah, Mewtwo Strikes Back. It's like it implies that there was a previous.
Yeah, no one struck him.
He's literally created in the first scene of the movie.
Yeah. Oh, Pokemon! Well, this movie is so strange. Is so strange.
So Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. I'm gonna gather up some details right now. Released in 1998, rated G, directed by Kunihiko Yuyama and Michael Hagney.
Michael Hagney.
Michael Hagney.
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 This is the story of the creation of the ultimate, the most powerful Pokemon, Mewtwo.
That's what they say, but
yeah, literally the first scene of the movie. They genetically create a new Pokemon, Mewtwo, but the results, surprise, end up going terrible for them and everybody else.
Yeah.
This Mewtwo is a psychic Pokemon, communicates through its brain, its mind to everybody else, and it basically is wants to take over.
Yeah, he
wants to take over the world.
Yeah,
he it's basically says that he's going to clone all the Pokemon,
make more powerful
versions. Kill all the other Pokemon and humans, and it's just going to be him and the Pokeclones.
Yeah,
doing whatever
they want, I guess. Yeah.
Apparently, this takes
prowling
place
around.
I mean, I did watch Pokemon as a child a lot, and I did collect cards, but I had no idea that it took place in America.
What, this?
Yeah.
Does it?
Because he mentions that when the
Minnesota.
when the Vikings show up, and he goes,
yes,
they must be from Minnesota.
That was probably my favorite line, because there is a huge Scandinavian population in that part of the country.
Yeah. And hence the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is my probably second. I probably may have watched it another time, but the only time I remember watching it was in theaters when I got the little Pokemon Mewtwo card from the theater. They gave, it was like a
collector's.
It was like a collector's.
Yeah, really? That's interesting.
Like a gold card.
I remember that too.
What did you like cry at the end?
I don't remember. I honestly don't.
I did when I did when I first saw it in theaters, but did I cry this time? No.
It was sad. It was a very like sort of like bitter, like sad moment. It was really short lived, but
yes,
it was. It was more, Pikachu. He's crying.
Yeah, I know we're kind of jumping to the end, but that like the final finale when all the tears come together,
ridiculous.
It's so fun. Like,
ridiculous.
Wow, this is really happening right now.
The power of tears.
Yeah. It's the power of love.
Well, with your adult eyes, Joseph, what did you think of this movie?
Well, we'll get into that.
Okay.
So, Tyler, you said this is also your rewatch for you.
Yes.
So, what initial thoughts on this?
Initial thoughts is this movie is strange and it feels like a scientific experiment. I feel like this movie was like made in a way to like hypnotize kids into buying Pokemon products. Because like when you really break down the movie, aside from the emotional impact, it's essentially dogfighting. Wait, you're dog fighting animals, and they even say at the beginning of the movie that Pokemon have like a sort of self-awareness and consciousness, and so you have to think like they're storing these animals in Pokeballs. God, that sounds weird.
I always thought the most unrealistic thing about the Pokeball or this whole universe to me is that the Pokeballs can shrink and grow.
Yeah.
Hit the button, whoop, and they get big.
I thought that was
storage.
Just throw them small. I don't know.
But these are
I don't know.
These are living creatures.
I know
that are in these balls.
But what's it like in there? Maybe it's bigger on the inside.
Yeah, it's like a TARDIS.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
it is. It is strange though that you can I'm assuming you can keep a Pokemon in the ball for like decades.
Yeah,
and it's fine. But the second it's walking around with you, you have to feed it
and fight it.
Like they're self-sufficient within this whatever world of Pokeballs.
Maybe they have like a umbilical cord attaches to them in there. They're like in a womb. And they're fed by like the Matrix.
I don't know.
They go into a coma when they go into those.
They go in cryo sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's ever explained in any of the Pokemon. What
isn't.
happens inside of a Pokeball?
But that's why I'm saying like this movie feels like it is like they went into a like I don't know, some sort of psychologist's office or something, and they're just like, okay, how can we make a movie that will make kids convince their parents to buy our products? And
I don't know.
Pokemon had been around already.
I feel like this movie of all of them was probably. I mean, are we still on your initial reactions?
Oh, I apologize. I just thought this movie was strange. The animation's great though, and it is the perfect length for this kind of movie. So it's okay. Will I watch it again? No, but if I have kids, I will definitely show them this. Actually, not if, when.
Not if, when. Okay. This was my first viewing. My relationship to Pokemon is that when the original animated series came out, I was at that point in my life, I was playing Magic the Gathering cards.
Nice.
I had a separate battle strategy card game called BattleTech that I played with my cousin Jeremy, and then I started playing Pokemon card game, and then they had the TV series, and I watched that pretty regularly, and I really enjoyed it. So I liked the Pokemon franchise. I don't know if I really played the games too much,
like the Game Boy games.
I think I did. Yeah, I think I did play the Game Boy games. But
those are great.
They didn't make as much impact with me than the TV series and the card game. But I never watched the movie. Came out in what, 99? 98. And I was at that time was a junior in high school. And
I was gonna say, were you
like
25?
I was in my goth phase, you know.
I have my Jinko jeans. I got my frosted tips.
No. That was 1997. Thank you. Actually, yeah, I wore Jinko jeans in 6th grade. 6th grade, actually 7th grade too. You're right.
Nice.
And then frosted tips didn't come till freshman year.
They're making a comeback too.
Are they?
Yeah. Kind of weird.
Dear God, probably in Minnesota. Yeah. Kevin says I was very goth back then.
Oh.
Yeah, Kevin knew me back then when I went through my Billy Idol Eminem phase, where completely bleached hair.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
But yeah, so I never watched the movie. And watching it now was like kind of like brought me flashbacks to that time in my life, and I'm like, this is very, very nostalgic in a way.
Yeah.
And I liked the way that the movie was going at the beginning, and then it kind of just turned into a really long episode of Pokemon.
Yes.
And then at the very end had a great, a nice message that they a little shoehorned in a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of there's some stretching, like they're not supposed to be fighting.
It became very like. Oh,
all of a sudden, it's bad to fight. It's bad to fight Pokemon.
Well, and then not like that.
Yeah,
and then they just go back to fighting their Pokemon again.
Well, they lost all their memory.
Yeah, they can fight with their weapons. They're like magic weapons, but not fist to fist.
No physical. Well, they do it.
I know they do like
in the movie
smash and like they throw rocks at each other like Avatar and stuff, and shoot each other with bubbles.
It's just animated dog fighting.
Yeah, so
I mean,
watching.
Yeah, but I liked it. It was probably a little bit better than I expected it to be, and I put myself in the mindset of a child watching this movie at that time, and just like Milk said, if I was 10 years old, this would probably have an impact on me. And there's a lot of opportunities like I guess missed opportunities for like the modern media landscape to get good messages to children about things that they probably don't have any exposure to, like how to deal with your feelings and how to deal with feelings of an inadequacy or depression or sadness or whatever, and feeling like you don't belong. And that could apply to literally anybody. A kid who's got everything that they want in the world that they just feel out of place, or kids with disabilities, kids that are being bullied, kids that are, coming from a broken home or adopted, and I was like, this is probably really necessary for kids of that age. So
Absolutely.
I disagree.
Absolutely.
I disagree with Tyler in the sense that I felt like this was a movie to just get more merchandise. I felt like it was probably leaning towards getting a good message out there. And in reality, maybe the long con was getting the parents to think, wow, this is really wholesome for my kids. I'm going to let my kids watch this more often, and then buy more games and buy more card games and whatever. So
maybe it was more tailored for the parents.
It's a long con, but
but
I liked it. So thank you, Milk.
Kevin, Tyler has something to say to you.
His name is Kevin Lesbian.
Oh, motherfucker. Yes, I'll never forgive you for that, Tyler. How derivative.
Kevin, if you're in the chat, Kevin.
He is.
Yeah.
He says right now, Pete was so goth, it was epic.
Awesome.
and now he's you just bullied someone. You know
I don't know. I did. I don't. I don't know what to say.
I love you. I love you, Kevin. I miss you, buddy.
So Pokemon the first movie. It is a rewatch for me in a long time. And
real quick, Kevin says, "Haha, wow, first time I've ever heard that one, Tyler." Very nice, low hanging fruit.
I get them when I can.
Sorry.
I was expecting what I got basically. Out of this movie, and it definitely is a kids movie, and but it is like not as like. It wasn't like hard to watch or anything. It was there was like some like maybe like little eye roll moments when it's just like they kind of like say something and then someone else says it again to like make sure they hammer it into the heads of these kids.
That's true.
Like make sure they get it, what's going on. So we're gonna fight. They're gonna fight, and
Wait, don't fight! They can't fight right now. Oh no, they're fighting.
Yeah, the exposition was a little.
It's
on
for the kids.
But again, it's for the kids. Yeah,
exactly.
For the kids, and I did enjoy it. There was some like I did like the animation, like Tyler said, like the fight between like the Charizards was really cool.
Yeah, that was a good sequence.
And it was fun, just kind of like just like guessing, like naming the Pokemon, like, oh, there's Psyduck, oh, there's Pinsir, oh, there's Geodude, oh, there's Onix, oh, there's.
That was hilarious, and I feel like that was done on purpose.
No, he's just talking about as they come on screen.
As a Pokemon, like we're just shown on screen, like
there was the Team Rocket thing where they're like, who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu.
It was literally the callback.
To
the whole,
it was
to the show. And the plot is pretty pretty interesting, like for like a kids movie. And it just kind of gets right into it right when it starts.
Yes.
Just like they create Mewtwo. There's no like build up to it really. It's just like he's created, and then he's like, "Why was I created?"
Yeah. I really I guess we're getting into the meat of it.
Yeah. Well, so I'll just say like, I did enjoy it for the most part. When I watched it again, like on my own accord, I don't know. It was a perfect Saturday morning.
Yeah. I watched it this morning. Did we all watch it this morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably all at the same time.
Yeah.
Were your guys' pants off too?
Yeah.
No, I got dressed.
Okay.
I was.
And perfect Saturday morning cartoon. I probably like how I watched Pokemon movies. I used to have the Pokemon like show on VHS.
Awesome.
And so heavy nostalgia factor for me.
Sure.
And
I really enjoyed the first sequence. I felt like I was getting almost like Akira. Is that the name of the anime movie with the motorcycle?
Yes.
Yeah, I was getting like almost vibes of that at the beginning, where he's like, "Why was I created?
It's very cyberpunk.
What am I?" Yeah, and then all the like the plugs are in him and stuff, and he's just like getting ready to fucking literally kill everyone.
Yeah,
and it's fun. It's funny. It's the I've never seen like Pokemon outright murder people.
Yeah.
But he creates this huge like pillar of psychic energy in the lab, And then you
Kills everyone.
You see the rubble. He's left in the rubble, and you're just okay. They were all vaporized or crushed by boulders.
They had to.
Yeah. Well, Mewtwo.
We seeked out to create the most powerful Pokemon, and we succeeded.
Yes, we did it. Very good, very good. Yeah, there.
I mean, I when Mewtwo was created, and they're just like, yeah, you were the most powerful Pokemon created from Mew, which is like an ancient rare
DNA.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I was like wondering to myself, why? Like, what's the point?
Well, because the person
creating an omnipotent.
The person behind it, like behind that
Giovanni.
Yeah, Giovanni. He wanted to create the ultimate Pokemon for himself, but then he didn't realize how fucking powerful it would be.
Just like every other fantastical movie, they want to harness just District 9. They want to harvest alien weapons. Avatar, they want to use the technology for military purposes.
It's unobtainable.
It's unobtainium. Yeah. There's so it's always going to lead to that
corporate greed.
Is it just was he gonna like rig like the betting system in Pokemon battles? Because there's betting going on with those dog fights, and so he wanted to create a Pokemon where you would always have an edge. I also want to get into how strange it is that the main characters Ash, Misty, and Brock,
yes.
yeah, they're all like 10 years old.
Just
out on their own.
I know.
Like
Ash is like, I'm gonna put a stop to this.
Yeah.
He jumps in front.
The most powerful Pokemon trainer's waiting for me.
Gee, mister. Yeah.
it's insane. Like
all they care about is like eating and like playing with their pets and stuff.
Oh, same.
And they're just big mood.
And they're traveling around to these structures, fighting their Pokemon. And like the Pokemon battles, like in my mature mind now, they're uncomfortable. It is a very uncomfortable thing to watch Pokemon battle, because like as a kid you're like, oh yeah, it's Pokemon, they have powers, that's what they do. But as an adult, these are animals. These are animals fighting each other.
I don't know. I understand where you're coming from, but like I look at Magnetron, I'm like, that's a bunch of magnets.
Yeah.
And I look at Geodude,
Geodude's a fucking rock. He's a boulder with a fucking mouth.
Well, I know. Yeah.
And I doubt anybody watching who watched Pokemon growing up is like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that in real life.
I'm gonna strap a knife to my cat's head and just put it in a ring with my lizard. I doubt Lizardmon, go!
Those kids grew up to be us or continued on their anime journeys.
Yeah,
and we saw them last night.
You either turned into a weeaboo or a Juaboo.
Yeah.
The first sequence where you see Ash, he's like, oh, I'm not gonna work, I'm too tired. And then some guy, he just comes up and he's like, hey, you, I want to battle you.
I'm looking for Ash Ketchum.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, well, that's basically Pokemon.
Like it's an adult looking for a 10-year-old kid.
Usually it's because he's got all the gym badges.
Yeah,
you have to have already known the Pokemon lore at this point.
Is there like a ledger, like where people would be like, "Oh wait, this guy, he has this
yes,
amount"?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
It's in the Pokédex.
Oh, you can. Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
I'd imagine.
It's like the registered, like literally registered.
It's like a registry. Yeah.
Registered weapons.
Yeah, you have to get on a list somewhere and introduce yourself to your neighbors.
Yeah. So like,
I moved into the neighborhood. I'm a Pokemon trainer.
Like if I was taking my kid to see this movie, I would just be like shocked at like what they get away with. Like you have this adult man in the first sequence seeking out a 10-year-old kid.
Well, first of all,
to battle him.
I don't think it's not like he's 10 years old. I'm gonna go battle him. Age is not a measure of ability. So like he's battling him because he's like better or like the best.
We all know that because when we play games online, these 10-year-olds are fucking ruining us on Fortnite or whatever. Call of Duty 11-year-old.
Get red, noob. Fuck you. Your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, the chat says me and Tyler are already canceled. Tyler's canceled for the
what?
Kevin lesbian. quote, and I'm canceled for watching Pokemon with my pants off.
You can't cancel a
Now
man for
they're
that.
they're looking for a reason to cancel Joe. Hashtag Joe gotta go. Hashtag Joseph must Joseph. So watch your you're walking on thin ice.
But they want to cancel.
Yeah, they're gonna recast the show with Kevin, Nathan, and Milk.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be new class, film class.
Woke Twitter in the chat.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You know what? Fine. Actually, you know what? I uncancel myself. Anyways, I want to talk about Mewtwo's character design. It is really weird.
He looks like a bowling pin with a head.
His tail is what anatomy is Mewtwo? Because like the tail thing goes to his.
You ever seen Splice?
Yes,
it's basically him. Mew.
Yeah,
Mew.
I didn't even
One of the
make that
scientists
connection.
fucked Mew, and they grew into Mewtwo.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, the character design choice for Mewtwo was strange but oddly effective. Like
bottom heavy.
Well, and also it's
got a real dumper on it.
I know.
It's kind of cruel though too. They gave him three balls as fingers. Like I know he's a psychic Pokemon, so he can do things like with his mind and stuff. But like at the same time, it's like, you know, he can't grab anything at all.
He doesn't need.
He doesn't need to. He has telekinesis.
Well, I know, but I mean,
if I can move things in my mind, I'd probably my legs and my arms would atrophy.
I'd never pick up anything.
But it's like, why
again.
even make arms for him then if he's going to be a psychic Pokemon? You know, like it doesn't make sense.
I like how they say they cloned him, but he looks nothing. I mean, he looks a little like him.
But
It's
not
almost
really.
It's like Alien Resurrection cloning.
Oh,
He's part
yeah.
Ripley, part Mew.
Oh yeah.
That's in the lore. Look it up.
It is. Yeah.
So they took Mew's DNA and then like upped it.
Yeah. They're like, all right, we're gonna take out all this bullshit like Pipsqueak DNA. They should have made him. They already made him bigger. They should have made him like the size of a Gyarados.
Yeah.
Just a giant.
Yeah.
Giant.
He comes out. Why am I?
Do you think this is the first creation of Mewtwo, or like was there like multiple Mewtwo's?
Oh, he said it. He said you're the
there
only
was.
one that survived. You'll only experiment.
Oh
that
my
survived.
god, I didn't even catch that.
Which is just like Alien Resurrection, also.
Yeah.
Well, deformed, weird, mutated Ripleys. Kill me.
Oh my
I will say that Mewtwo is a hard character to play in Smash Bros.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, for me anyway. Although
Yeah.
I have a hard time with Smash Bros in general.
I stick with Mr.
Yeah, me
Game and
too.
Watch for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
I thought
Peace out.
I thought the ending was effective though.
Milk-
Like it was a good
Milk says the other experiments were not Mew clones.
What? How's that possible? I could have sworn he said that. The
Yeah.
scientist says that we tried to clone the
were they cloning got
Mew.
Bulbasaur?
Yeah. We're gonna try to clone a Clefairy or something, or a Caterpie.
I'm gonna clone a Psyduck.
I did my speaking of which, favorite fight of sequence of the whole thing was Psyduck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Slaps them and they both go, "Alright." It's Brianna's spirit animal, Psyduck
I
from
love Psyduck.
Detective Pikachu.
I like how like they like question their existence like all the time. That's why they're confused.
Oh, Milk, that's the other one that you missed for the Pokemon movies, Detective Pikachu.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu.
Yeah.
What else we got to talk about in this?
Well, I was
So what happens in the movie?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mew gets cloned. It turns somehow into Mewtwo. It's a different version of him. Mew is he doesn't give a fuck about anything. He's just floating around like Aang the airbender, just in his little air bubble.
Oh yeah.
He's like pew 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 all over the place.
Couldn't
And
give a good goddamn
No, he
about
didn't.
the worries of the world.
no, he couldn't care, which is funny because when Mewtwo comes up, he's just instantly an asshole, and it's like they must have deleted the carefree gene from Mew when they cloned him because Mew's just like on a pink bubble chilling.
Yeah.
But they all get invited. Ash and a bunch of other Pokemon trainers get invited to a tournament or an island for the world's greatest Pokemon trainer, which they don't say who it is. Turns out it's Mewtwo. And only the best get there because he makes a goddamn storm.
He creates a storm
to weed out the rest of them.
weaklings.
Which is like, then you're gonna basically eliminate people that have all fire type Pokemon.
Yeah.
I guess.
So you limit your
you limit your cloning ability
to like water type and
air
flying,
yeah.
flying type, air type.
I thought that was a strange decision.
And Viking type
for Mewtwo
I know, let's
prevent
let's punch up this script a little bit on this 1998 animated movie.
for children.
Yeah,
You should.
So and they get there, and then Mew basically tries to clone everybody, and then make a superior race, which we talked about, and he's going to kill all the humans, kill all the regular Pokemon, and just live with the superior clone.
Yeah, and
Pokemon.
just prowl around. To do what? I don't know.
Yeah.
But he does. One thing is, he does make superior Pokemon. Like those Pokemon are stronger than the original ones.
Yes, they have little stripes on them.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, they're tiger striped all of a sudden.
Yeah,
like that Charizard.
Only
beat
the
crap out of
only
that
the first
version.
3 that were marinating for a while in those pods, those Matrix pods.
those disgusting little fallopian tube type, and they like Ace Ventura out of like.
That's it, Chatters. That's what's going to cancel Joseph. He said fallopian tubes are disgusting.
Wow.
Internal organs are not disgusting.
I have a quote that listener Ryan put in the chat here. He says one of his favorite quotes. At least I think that's what he said. At the end, after Mewtwo basically realizes that he's an asshole and he shouldn't kill everybody, he says, "We do have a lot in common. The same earth, the same air, the same sky. Maybe if we started looking at what's the same instead of what's different, well, who knows?" And then he flies off.
Who knows?
With his merry band of clones.
Oh.
So
Oh my God,
I did
that's so funny.
like that quote, and the message at the end was very good. As ham-fisted as it was good.
Yeah, it was very. I mean, the message is clearly there, but it was a little half-assed. Like Pokemon fighting is wrong, like that.
I know.
Yes.
It's okay when we do it, but when you do it, it's gross.
It is, and oh my God, like it is wrong. Like the whole idea of having like these stadiums of it's just it's insane. It's insane that people will fill up a stadium to watch these animals fight each other.
But the Pokemon do it willingly.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't know any better.
They're
animals.
Well, okay, give them the credit they deserve.
No animals are sentient now. What vegan? What kind of vegan are you?
I have
They're
the
just
I have the okay. Yeah, you already said.
What kind of animal?
As soon as they get out of that Pokeball, I mean, they could just bounce.
Yeah, they should. And actually, one thing that did stick out to me was the guy who had all the water type Pokemon. He was like, he was being like complimented on having a Gyarados because I guess they're famously hard to train. And he's like, yeah, they're hard to train, but once you train them, they're the best Pokemon you can have.
They're the most loyal,
dependable.
Yeah, I think it's dependable. And I'm just thinking, like, how do you train a Pokemon though? Like, what? Like, where you like?
Did you ever play Pokemon?
No.
The game, like the video games?
No.
Or Pokemon Go?
No. Well,
you
maybe,
basically walk around with them.
Yeah,
and they level up. They fight.
How do you walk around with a Gyarados?
It's in a Pokeball.
It's in a ball.
Or you can, at least in Pokemon Go, there's a whole like buddy system.
Yeah, you can let it walk behind you.
Yeah,
and they level up eggs and shit.
Well, I was thinking like this guy has like a bullwhip and he's just like whipping his Gyarados into shape.
I'm sure there's evil Pokemon trainers.
There are training centers in the show, and I think in the game there are like Pokemon training like centers where you like it's trained. I mean, I don't remember exactly the like what happens in there, or if it's just like you go in there and train and then you come out. But there are things that you do.
It's so strange. It's a strange concept.
I have a correction. The listener Ryan says that was actually Meowth that said that quote.
So
which one? Okay.
Where there are differences in the
Meowth
sky.
was my favorite
Same
character.
sky, same whatever. Meowth needs to calm down on the fucking puns, okay? I mean, puns are an art that is it's about subtlety.
It's about quality, not
He's
quantity.
a damn Pokemon. How would he know? He knows the English language.
I know, it's weird. Yeah, he does. I think they talk about that in the show, but he speaks English, and then that other Meowth is just like meow.
Yeah.
Meow, meow.
That was actually really sad too, because it's like I feel like as I understand, he's the only Pokemon that can speak English, like and have a full-on conversation.
It's the only one that I've seen.
So to see his own clone not really
I think that he was one of the early experiments.
Ooh.
Meowth?
Yes.
That's that. Oh, by Team Rocket.
Team Rocket, yeah. Giovanni.
That's a weird. That's also a weird thing. Team Rocket. Why is Jesse and James, which by the way, great name, duo.
Why are they?
Like, why are they constantly after Ash?
They're
like it.
They want Pikachu.
They're henchmen, yeah. They're henchmen for
It's like
Giovanni.
Why Pikachu?
And he's a really powerful and unique Pokemon.
And why doesn't Pikachu go into the Pokeball? You know what I mean? Like
'Cause
all the
he's-
other Pokemon go into the Pokeballs, but Pikachu
Togepi
doesn't.
Togepi stays out. Pikachu stays out because they're like buddies.
Yeah, they're primaries.
Yeah, they're their
the primary weapon
companion.
It doesn't sit right with me. It just seems weird. It seems weird.
Listener Brianna, love of my life, the air in my lungs, says her favorite quote from Pokemon is, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?"
I thought that was Spy Kids too.
I don't know.
Team Rocket. I like Team Rocket's little motto: "Prepare for trouble, make it double."
Yeah. Tyler? Can you complete that sentence?
No.
I think it's something like, "To prevent the world from devastation, to unite all peoples within our nation."
Yeah, something like that.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
Oh yeah,
Something to the stars above.
To denounce the evils of truth and love.
Something to the stars above. Jesse, James,
Meow.
Team Rocket, blast off at the speed of light.
Well, if that's actually the case, then
right.
Is Team Rocket really that evil then? If they're trying to denounce the evils of truth and love?
Yeah, because they're calling truth and love evil.
Well, I mean, is it that far-fetched to think that truth and love might be evil?
You're sounding really like a red hat right now.
How dare you?
You'd probably be on Team Rocket.
Now, this is my truth, all right? The real truth is evil. Team Rocket said so. He won that goddamn election.
Giovanni is the Trump of the Pokemon universe.
Mewtwo is right.
Yeah. Mewtwo is right.
That's right. The South actually won.
Or it would be like Kanto. I think that's the town's name. Is it? I don't know. I can go on and on about
You're
this.
drunk.
Oh, I wish I was. Pokemon was it was a ride. It was a ride for sure. I found myself laughing, and I was thinking, I think I was like I do with a lot of movies that shouldn't be thought into too much. Did the same thing. I was thinking way too much into this movie, which is like you just need to watch it at a surface level. Like you can't.
I don't know. I thought a lot about it at the end with the kids and the feelings and stuff.
Well, I mean, like
kids,
the way that I think about
and
movies,
to your point,
which is absurd.
Okay,
it's absurd.
I'm glad you think so.
It is. Like there's.
I'm glad you're self-aware.
I do have some self-awareness.
So what is this? We got about 13 minutes left. Do you want to get some grades?
So we have the iconic Ash. The Mew and Mewtwo are fighting,
yes.
And then
have to talk about Ash.
And then they're like in the pink and blue bubbles, just colliding with each other.
Yeah,
and over and over again. And then they land back in the stadium, and then they do like this. They both do a massive attack, and then Ash goes,
"Great band."
Yeah.
No, I need to stop this.
And then
it's like, why?
He gets caught in the middle of the two, and he turns to stone
for some reason.
Yeah, never explain why.
And then
this happens.
And then Pikachu's gut instinct is to shock the fuck out of him.
And then the saddest scene. I mean, we get defibrillators. That's shocking the fuck out of people.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
We got Pikachu. The saddest scene of Pikachu that I've seen, which is him trying to wake him up, and he's just going over and over again, going.
That's basically the scene in The Abyss when the girl drowns.
Slap.
Two scenes live, goddammit, live!
You've never quit in your life.
Two scenes that have that give off the same energy.
Yeah, that's right.
The Abyss drowning scene and Pikachu trying to wake Ash up.
Turn Ash back from stone.
Yeah.
Joseph? What brings Ash back from the Stone Age?
All the Pokemon begin to cry, and then somehow the tears they're magical tears.
They're First of all, their magnet like zipped right to him.
Yeah.
Across the whole stadium. And they all like stream in.
Yeah.
And the Pokemon tears they can bring back life.
It's midichlorians. They're going into him.
Yeah, and it's and like he gets moistened up again. Like he
like moistened
because he's all dried because he's a rock.
So I actually had a thought when that was happening. I was like, $10 says that they're like when the last tear lands on him, he's gonna wake up, and then and which is exactly what happened. Yes. And then I thought, wow, how convenient that they just happen to have 28 Pokemon here, just the right amount of numbers to wake up a child from being turned to stone.
Yeah.
Too bad. Yeah. What if they only had 24? You know,
it's kind of like in the end of Elf when everybody's singing the song, and then James Caan is the last one.
Yeah. To town, and now he takes off.
Yeah.
Oh,
so that happens, and then that's when Mewtwo has a epiphany or a realization. It's like, oh, I actually now know the true meaning of what it's
the
life.
Power within is a power that I overlooked or something.
And then he leaves with all he like takes all the clone Pokemon,
Peter Pans them away,
flies them away, and then
who knows where
he erases everybody's memory and goes back in time essentially. Like sends everybody back in time. It feels like
he does something like that.
And then like they end up back at the port. At the dock, and then they're like, "How do we get here? I don't know, but we're here."
And Team Rocket is happy to be stranded on that island for some reason, also.
Yeah. And then like they have no memory of anything that happened.
James, hand me some sunscreen.
So they lost all of the message.
Well, they didn't need to learn the message.
Nothing was learned.
You two needed to learn the message.
But Team Rocket were like, "We'll never fight Pokemon again," and then. They get stuck on the island, and then like
it's like, oh well.
That is a good point. They couldn't continue to have a franchise if they all just announced fighting Pokemon right then.
I know they really should have though. They really should have. It was just so strange.
But then so then that's basically the end of the movie.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. We did it.
We did it. Thank you, Milk.
Thank you for the.
It wasn't as painful as I thought it was.
The fan pick and the nostalgic rewatch.
And listeners and people in the chat, if you want to get your fan pick on the list, send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com. It's in the show notes. Check out the show notes. They're pretty extensive. All the ways to contact us are there.
Cool.
I actually do have a new fan pick, too. We'll get into that after our grades.
All right, let's do some grades. Pokemon, the first movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. Tyler?
I would give this a solid C.
Solid
C.
C.
Solid C for...
Don't do
it
for a C movie.
All right, fine. Yeah, it's a C movie. Yeah, I'll
this guy lifting bits. Come up with your own bits.
Yeah, that's yeah. Hey, that's my way.
Finish your bits.
Yeah, finish your bits. That's why I don't talk about the segments that I do. I'm getting ready for the show because you never know when you're not going to finish one. I don't want to disappoint the listeners. It'll come out when it comes out.
Okay.
You'll get more Daniel Day-Lewis and other movies eventually.
Well, I've already said my previews on my bits, and I can't wait. They're going to be great. Anyways, solid C for me.
All right, I give this a I give it a B minus. Probably B minus.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it enough. It was good for what it was, but I wouldn't call it a great movie, like one of the greats or anything. But it was good. The message was good. I would love to show this to my niece and nephew, and see how they feel about it. Obviously, they have a little bit of Pokemon exposure because it was streaming on Netflix for a while.
Yeah.
And they just kind of were like, look at these animals.
Like the original series?
Yeah, the original series.
Whoa.
And I was like loving watching them fall in love with Pikachu and Bulbasaur and Charmander and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was so great to watch. So I'd like to see them watch it, and I think the message is worth getting out there to the kids. So, but B minus.
Cool. I'm going to give this movie just a solid B for Blastoise.
Awesome.
Or Brock or Bulbasaur.
I was gonna say C for Charmander, but
it was a perfectly entertaining movie. You know, as a 28-year-old, almost 29-year-old adult person, I still found some enjoyment in it, and I mean, it just had that big nostalgia thing for me.
Yeah, sure.
I just remember going to the theater, Olympus Point, in Roseville, California. Seeing this movie, getting that card, that Mewtwo special edition card.
It was like written in like some like ancient Egyptian like inscription.
It was like the Mew tablet.
Yes, that's what it was. That's right.
In the movie.
Yeah.
And
it's worth a lot of money now, from what I've heard.
Probably. I don't know where I
Yeah,
don't
I
have
lost
it in my
mine too.
collection of Pokemon cards.
I don't know either.
But yeah, so B movie starring Jerry Seinfeld. For me,
Love that joke.
so you guys C,
Oh,
B minus,
great.
and B
Great
for
stuff.
Pokemon the first movie. Hashtag Mewtwo Strikes Back or hyphen Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Do you have the Joseph Wheel music? I have it on mine still.
It is time for the wheel,
I have the wheel.
and since I hosted
Your
this,
default host.
I do have. Where is it? Where is it? Wheel. Here it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the Wheel of Destiny.
Ooh, I like this one.
That's just me by myself, but there is we.
Awesome.
Oh wait, this is the one.
Awesome.
One wheel, 8 slots, 3 hosts. This is the Wheel of Destiny.
Tyler, you want to read the new fan selection?
Yes. First, I want to say my offer still stands. $5 to anyone who can name that song that I lifted that off of.
Tyler will Venmo you money.
I will.
$5.
You have a pending Venmo, by the way, Tyler.
I do.
Yeah, for the Green Knight.
Oh, okay.
I carried you.
Okay, yeah, you did.
So
I'll
it's-
get to that. Anyways,
And then you fell asleep on my shoulder.
I know. It was really romantic. We had a hard day. I had a hard day. So the new fan pick that I have from listener May, coming all the way from Hollywood, California, and no jive, she is from Hollywood.
Really? Listener May?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a new listener.
Yes.
Haven't heard that name before.
Yeah, new listener. Her pick is Velvet Goldmine. 1998's Velvet Goldmine.
I've never seen it. I wanted to.
Yeah, me too. And I didn't recognize the name, but when you see the movie poster, it's
What's her name? May.
May.
Aunt May.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll put Aunt May.
Okay. From Auntie M.
yeah, Velvet Goldmine. So
Here we go.
We're just doing it. We're doing checking on the fan list because in case we have to get the fan list ready.
right.
Okay, so here is the Wheel of Destiny. You all in the chat get to see it. We have 8 selections, like we said before. This was a fan pick. Was it a natural fan pick?
I think so.
Yeah, it was just natural.
I think so.
So we're not going to change anything on here. I'm just going to recap what's on the wheel.
Was it my? I don't know. I don't remember if it was my fan pick.
Do you want to change your fan pick out for a real movie?
No.
A full movie? You want to leave it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to recap what's on the wheel. This is going to be what we watch next week.
Milk Myth submitted a new movie.
Oh, did he?
Yes,
Ooh.
according to this chat.
Oh, where is it? Hold on a second.
Holding.
Milk, can you put it in the chat what the new movie is, please? I don't remember what it was.
Via email, he says.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. Hold, please. And we also don't edit these shows, so.
Pokemon 2000. Oh, here it is.
Oh, it is. A zombie movie. Oh, Pontypool.
Pontypool.
Yes, I've seen Pontypool. It's a deep cut.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
It's so this is adding to the list is called Pontypool from Milk.
Mhm.
He says it's a zombie movie that's all set in a radio studio. I don't really remember it being a zombie movie. I guess that it technically counts as a zombie movie, but it's a lot more than that. It's a very, very interesting concept, and it's kind of hard to describe. So it'll be a very interesting conversation about that.
Pontypool.
And then we'll find out why once it finally lands on it, because that is such a deep pull for someone that doesn't watch movies. Okay, so we're gonna recap the wheel. We have Life is Beautiful from Joseph, Natural fan pick, Tyler's fan pick, Starship Troopers from Pete, Human Centipede from Tyler, Antichrist from Pete, which was originally Chris's pick, Natural fan pick, and Joseph's fan pick. We're gonna give it a spin on the old wheel. It's what we watch on episode 101. The Human Centipede.
Yes. Hooray.
Awesome.
What are you doing? Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, well, I don't understand why the Venom is coming at me. This is
Welcome to Ultra Hell.
Why isn't this movie The Town?
Can we watch The Town instead?
No, we're going to be watching The Human Centipede Curse Sequence.
Okay.
Oh, son of a bitch!
It's honestly not that bad. Like, you know, I know it gets like a bad rap of like being like that like gross out movie.
It is gross.
Yeah, no.
It's super gross.
It's not that graphic. You just have to infer about what happens.
No, you don't have to infer. You literally see someone shitting into another person's mouth.
No, you don't.
You don't see the poop, but you see it happening.
Well, yes,
you don't see the poop.
Yeah, yes, you do. You do see it happening. It's brilliant.
Jesus
it's a brilliant movie. So the title suggests, a mad scientist kidnaps and mutilates a trio of tourists in order to reassemble them into a human centipede created by stitching their mouth to each other's rectums.
Yeah, he starts out.
That's the gist of it.
He starts out
for that shit.
He starts out with doing the same thing with his 3 dogs. He calls it Dreihund.
Yeah,
3 dog.
Yeah,
and then he is lovingly has a portrait of 3 dog on his wall.
Yeah,
and they're buried in the back, and then he does it with people. Oh my god!
Is this streaming somewhere?
I don't believe it is, or I think it's streaming on AMC Plus. I think they have their own streaming service now.
You paid $6 to watch that movie?
Yeah. So I just want to say really quick, the only reason why I chose this movie is because I first watched this movie thinking it was going to be a gross out bad movie, but I was actually surprised on how good the acting was by the mad scientist doctor. And he's very charismatic, and I think it's just an overall it's a fun film. It is gross, but it's not too graphic. It's just the story it's unique.
It is a unique idea, and it's, as the tagline suggests, 100% medically accurate. Okay, so
I think it's time to wrap up.
Yeah, that's it for us. Thank you for joining us on episode 100, a very special episode on Stab. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for our listeners through the podcast stream. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/MCFC podcast, and send us an email, mcfcpodcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on Twitter @podcastmcfc.
Please follow us on Instagram @middleclassfilmclass, and also call our voicemail, which I don't have pulled up because I'm a failure as a human being.
Check the show notes. We have it in the show notes.
Oh, and by the way, we do have a voicemail, but
what? Are we gonna play it?
No, we're gonna save it for next.
Okay, we'll save it for next week.
All right.
All right. See you next time.
See ya.
All right. See ya.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you all for hanging out in the chat. Thank you. Just in general. Thank you. That's it for us here today at Stab. We're going to have an 8 o'clock show live in person, but, the changing landscape of health and safety. We're postponing the show. It'll be back. We want the Misfits here on stage to feel safe and comfortable. So we will see them soon. Have a nice night off, I guess. I'm going to try. We'll see how it goes. Okay. So thanks for hanging out. Let's see if there's somewhere that we can send this Twitch audience. Who's doing things? You know what? We'll send you guys over to Extreme Improv. They're doing their World Championship. It's a lot of fun. Go check them out. And I will see you guys tomorrow with Suzette. Thanks for hanging out. Hold on for the rate.